Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Steady Mobbin Podcast, episode 5.
We will get it right soon. Sorry.
Okay. We have a special guest in the building, hailing from Van City. Do I need to do this over?
No,
like you're already trying to
we're
sabotage this interview.
We're good. Okay.
Hailing from Van City, one of my favorite MCs. This man is ill with the pen. There's been a wave of mediocrity rap plaguing the culture because this man to the right of me and people like him have been overshadowed with bullshit. But believe me when I say this man is the truth. His beat selection is impeccable and he is creative. Make some noise for Junk.
Yo, man. Brother, thank you for the intro. That's
yes.
Crazy. You guys are, see, that's a West Coast thing.
Absolutely.
Boom, but then you gotta dap up. Yo,
Absolutely.
thank you. That was the best intro I've ever heard.
You're from the West Coast. Do you put tobacco in your weed?
I don't smoke.
Oh.
You don't smoke?
Yeah, they're like, show's over. Tape it. No, I don't smoke anymore.
Just completely sober.
But West Coast people,
yeah.
They don't put tobacco in their weed. That's an Amsterdam thing. Those are like spliffs, right? But a lot of people, Europe, they do that, hash and tobacco. In the West Coast, it's just straight raw gas, and that's it.
Do you buy? Well, no, you don't. You smoke. But when did you stop smoking?
I don't quite remember. Maybe a few years ago. Like, definitely, I'm sober of everything. July 18th, 2 years there. That was my 2-year mark.
Big shout
Congrats. Why?
I just been partying and drinking and just being a silly man for 20 years plus, and I just felt like I needed to change. I needed to stop, and this is the best version of me. I'm nicer to people. I'm more creative. I have better clarity, and I'm more productive than ever. So, I like it. I'm not preaching.
Yeah,
but I just enjoy it. I love weed. I love the culture around weed. I mean, that's a huge business. A lot of my peoples are involved in that game and whatnot. You know, so it's fine. I actually enjoy it. I enjoy being around it. I just don't need to smoke it. So
I would imagine like it's hard, right? Especially for what you do, right? Because you travel, you're doing parties, you're in venues, a lot of smoking,
every night,
a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have any temptation or have, like, moments
black
of weakness?
coffee, espressos, and 5-hour energy drinks. That's all I do.
Okay.
That's it. I used to be tempted, but then it gets easier after a while. And then you see how people are just mad sloppy, and it's like, that's exactly why I don't drink anymore. Like, you're over here, I'm chilling. But get yours, whatever. So.
Yeah.
So what got you introduced to hip-hop?
Man, that's such a loaded question. Like, I was born in Germany, right? Mm-hmm. I was born in Frankfurt, Germany, and lived in Italy and Germany back and forth.
So you're a military baby? I'm
not a military baby. My father's Italian, full Italian, still lives in Italy. My mother is German Italian. They had me. I was conceived in London, England, and then I was born in Germany because my mother's parents were from there. And then my father's a musician, so he's like, I got to work, and I live in Italy. So we moved back to Italy. All over the place. Long story short, my mother separated from my father. We moved back to Germany, and my cousins, they were a bit older than me, and they were listening to, NWA, Wu-Tang, Ice-T.
Wow.
And I didn't speak English at all. So, But I was like, what is this? I'd go into their rooms. Those guys were my idols. My cousins were my idols.
Yeah.
And they'd have posters, Ice-T posters, NWD posters. I was like, what is this? This looks, and they had they had the Jordans. They had I'm like, okay, this is like a cultural thing. I didn't even know what culture meant back then, but I was like, I like this. Started listening to their CDs and tapes that they had, and then I'll cut it out, but we moved to Canada, me and my mom. She had some connections over there. We decided to move to BC, just her and I. But what I took was that infatuation with hip-hop. I was like, what is this? And I took that with me and basically learned how to speak English by listening to hip-hop records.
Wow.
Like, my first English words were, fuck the police.
Wow.
And that's no cap. No cap. My mom had mad problems with me going to school saying this shit. She's like, yo, you can't, I'm just here. I don't know what it means.
Good morning. Fuck the police.
Pretty much. Just, So I kind of got introduced to hip hop from my cousins, and then I liked everything around it, the aesthetics, the sound, and I just kind of learned how to speak English through listening to these records while going in school.
Wow.
It's a short, condensed version. But
so you're trilingual?
Yeah, I'm trilingual. German first, German and Italian at the same time. So yeah, I was bilingual like off rip, and then I started speaking English when I moved to Canada. And yeah, I was about 8. So
that's crazy.
Do you have any music speaking?
I do. Like,
really?
Yeah, not too much, but I'm actually working on releasing more music in Italian and German as well. Like, I don't want to give it away, but I'm working on a crazy project that is like all 3 languages combined. It's been taking me forever because I'm trying to do something really unique with it. I don't want to give away too much of it, but I do have some records that are out there that you can find.
I feel like that's a great business move.
That is actually, I was going to ask.
I actually have a song called 3 where I rap in all 3 languages. And yeah, you can check that out. And I rap little verses and hooks here and there in Italian once in a while. Italian's a nicer language than German. German is hard to rap in, but
actually, you know what? I kind of, you know what? I'm like so into like international hip hop as well.
Yeah.
I went down a rabbit hole, like 10 years ago into German rap.
German rap's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
German rap's crazy.
It sounds really cool.
It is.
Are you in tapped with any of the artists out there?
I'm tapped in with a few, but I definitely wouldn't say that's like I have a strong connection over there. Like I've toured Europe 4 or 5 times, Germany many times. Like Germany is so big for hip hop. So I've toured all over Hamburg, Frankfurt, and Berlin and whatnot. And the German fans are great, but I don't really have a super crazy in with like I fuck with the Snow Goons.
Okay.
Those guys gave me mad love when I went out there. Went on tour with those guys, like DJ Crypt and DJ Illegal. So those guys are all like German OGs basically.
Are you putting those guys onto your album? Like
no. I actually they produced a couple records for me here and there, but we just on some tour vibes. They're good people and they've taken me under their wing like. Several times when I went out there.
Germany, you're welcome to come to the podcast.
Yeah.
Italy, same with you.
Yes. Salute a tutti italiani und hallo zu meine ganzen deutsche Fans.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's my camera? I was looking at head scale. Germany, come to the podcast.
Do it.
Italy, come to the podcast.
Do it.
Do that again, that Twitter.
Meine ganze deutsche Fans, hallo. Und for my Italian people, allora. Venite e guardare queste robe qua che stiamo registrando.
Wow. Tell me something. When it comes to the shorties, that's what you be kicking the. You be doing that shit. Come on, tell the truth.
What was that?
I be
What the fuck was that? Yeah, what was that?
The tortoise, I
don't know what you're talking about. I'm off the market, bro.
Oh,
okay.
my bad.
I'm off the market. That's
okay.
I'm basically married, but not married.
Do you have any children?
No children, but I love some children for sure.
My bad to the wifey. I didn't
it's
know.
All good. It's all
okay.
Good. It's all
Okay.
good.
The rap scene in Van City, man. What's it like? Because everybody's telling me you're the top dog out there.
Oh man.
No, seriously.
Yo, I mean, Van City is it's growing. I think it's definitely been growing. I've been there 18 years, and I came in just as a battle cat. I moved up. I was living in a small little city called Nelson, BC. Shout out to Nelson.
Yeah, shout out to Nelson.
Yo, you been in Nelson?
No, but I just know where it is on the map.
Well, it's like Nelson is like the weed secret area of Canada, man.
That's where I think that's where all the trafficking goes in between Canada and U.S.
You said it, bro. Yeah.
Good job, Vlad.
No.
I mean, mob.
It's good. FBI.
No, it's RCMP here.
Nelson is definitely that, but Nelson is a great little community. It's like 15,000 people. Everyone is an artist in their own right. Painters or this, that. So I came up there doing open mics and whatnot.
What's the cost of homes out there?
I don't even know. It's mad expensive, bro.
For sure.
It's very expensive. It's a small town, but it's
4 or 5.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I did my open mics. I did Thursday night hip hop nights and open mics and opened for a bunch of people there and just honed my craft as like a performer. But then I moved to Vancouver 18 years ago because I wanted to pursue music more. And Nelson is a great place. No disrespect. Love Nelson. It made me want to be more artistic, but I needed to move to a bigger city, the closest one to me, Vancouver, where there's some more industry. And even there, we don't have the industry that you guys have out here. Like there's no infrastructure for that at all.
How many clubs on top of your head can you go? Would you say that you can go to in BC on a tour?
In BC or in
BC?
Oh man, like outside of Vancouver, maybe like 8.
So in total, it's 8 clubs you can go on a tour in BC.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this year has been different for me. I've been going to communities up north, and visiting indigenous communities and playing and yeah, like in little halls or whatnot like that, just because I know I have fans up there. So I went to Yellowknife, I went to Whitehorse, I went to all these different places, and they just take me in community halls or different little arrangements or whatnot, you know.
So are you doing your own PR?
Yeah, I'm doing everything. I'm my own booking agent. I'm my own manager. I'm doing my own PR. I'm doing everything.
Wow,
myself.
make some noise for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm doing everything. Thank you. But Vancouver is great. I wanted to just, I didn't want to divert too much. Vancouver's a great place.
But you want to move to Toronto? It's okay. Just say it.
No, we're good. We're good where I am. I love Toronto, but
Do you feel like the pressure to move here or the States?
I did for a while. I think it's more the States. Like, I don't know. I have some gravitational pull to
LA.
Florida. I got some crazy connections in Florida now. So it's like, but yeah, maybe LA too. I have a lot of friends in LA. I might just go down there.
Because me and my co-host, we're having a conversation, and like to kind of take your career to that next level, it seems like that's the natural step that you have to make. Like, you have to go where all the action is at.
No, you're right. No, and I did that from Nelson and Van, and Van's great, but even there's a cap there. Like, I went to LA 4 or 5 months ago just with my homie. I don't want to give away because he's doing some secretive, amazing things, but I went with a friend of mine. And he's like, just come with me and just keep me company. And
Mercules.
No. Shout out to Merc, though. But I went down with him, and I just went as I had no business intentions at all. And in 48 hours, I ended up being a BG in a movie that's coming out in February.
With
background.
And writing a scene for this movie. And going to play basketball with the professor from AM1.
Look at that.
And I was like, and I went down there with no connects or like no intentions, and I'm like, man, 48 hours in LA, I'm in a movie writing scenes, playing basketball. I was like, this is what I'm saying. It's like that. I was like, ooh,
yeah.
It might be the move for me. You know,
I think so.
Eventually, if it's feasible, but it's definitely there's a lot of action going on
for the level of talent you have and creativity. I think, yeah.
But then I also am like, I'm like the anti-LA guy because it's very even the people down there saying, you know, LA is good for the industry, but it's a mind fuck because it's just so it's very artificial and it's and I don't know.
So what have you done for me lately?
Exactly, and I'm not a big fan of that type of energy, you know, and that's probably my con to myself. Like I'm my biggest own obstacle, I think, because I just don't do gimmicks. I don't do any of that. I just never will, and I think I've like hindered my online views or whatever and growth by doing that. But I also, the flip side is I've built a nice grassroots core fan base and that I can live off of, and I'm super grateful for. So,
so you're living off of rap?
Oh yeah. No, I haven't had a job since the end of 2018. So
whoa, make some noise for that.
Yeah.
Where you've been, this song.
Oh,
that song is hard, man. Hard.
Thank you, bro.
Like an early morning erection. Hard. Who produced that?
That's my boy Young Sin. Stealth Bomb Records, Vancouver. Amazing rapper, amazing producer. Like that's Snack the Ripper's one. That Snack the Ripper signed me in 2016 to Stealth Bomb Records and took me under his wing. Much love to Snack. Like my career definitely went from here to here with that, man. So nothing but love there. Young Sin and him were brass tacks. And Evil, Ebenezer. And Young Sin is just one of Snack's best friends, and obviously, you know, all working together, being associated with one another. Yeah, he started producing a lot more in the last few years, and I was just like, whoa, man, I need this beat.
Yo, your beat selection is crazy, bro.
Thanks, man.
And there's another joint, Three Kings.
Three Kings.
Whose joint is that?
Three Kings, that's Starcore, also out of Vancouver.
Shout out to Starcore.
Yeah, and that's with Young Stitch on the track. That's off the lines he goes
Shout out to Young Stitch. Want you on the podcast. Snack, Evil, all of you guys here on the podcast. Let's make it happen.
Word.
But yeah, that
it's a banger. I play it every night live. It's like my second or third joint that I do. Sometimes if I'm losing a crowd, I just put that on. I get them right back.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When was your Eureka moment?
Sorry?
Your Eureka moment when you're like, yo, I'm actually making the money off of this shit.
When I was in 2018, I was making $80,000 a year doing construction, but working 6 days a week, 13 hours a day. I was a rigger. I was operating with cranes and hooking up loads and building big, like 70-story skyscrapers and whatnot in Vancouver. I was doing that for years. But I started getting so many. I was doing 30, 40 features a year, $350, $500.
Yep.
Then I started charging more just because it was too much of a workload. Okay, $750, and people were paying it, and my streams were going up. And I was still rocking with Stealth Bomb and Snack. Like I would leave for a month. My work was really cool with that, and I'd go tour for 3 weeks, Europe, here, there, building my fan base slowly. And eventually, I was like, seeing the money that was coming in from music, it wasn't as much I was making in construction, but it was enough to sustain my life. And I said, all right. So end of 2018, I said, guys, I gotta leave this good paying job that I have because I need to make that leap, and I need to. The only way I can make more money with music now is if I invest 100% of all my time into it. Wake up music. And I've been doing that since I made that decision.
Wow.
Yeah, so I definitely, because I'm not a bum, so I didn't want to couch surf, and I had a nice apartment and a car and all these things, and I wanted to still live that way. So I was not on some baller shit, but comfortable life. I didn't want to walk away from that, so I waited until my music made me almost as much money or just a little bit underneath, but then I left that job and dedicated my entire time and energy to music 1,000. Like, music's always been my life. My dad's a musician. As a baby, it was all music. But
that to me is the definition of success: doing what you love.
Yeah.
And being able to sustain a life doing that. And it doesn't have to be like, an
100%.
exorbitant amount of money.
No.
But like, if you could just pay your rent, maybe your car, buy some groceries and some fresh kicks and do what you love, bro, you're successful.
I say that all the time. People, we live in this comparison culture, and to me, I've made it already. Of course, do I want more? Do I want millies in the bank? Of course I do. Of course, yeah. Who doesn't? But I'm happy, number one, doing what I do, doing what I love, and I get to live off what I do, and I get to provide for myself and put a little change aside. That to me is success. Like, even if I were to quit today, I just lived off music 4 or 5 years completely. I will never regret that, and I'm blessed and grateful for that. But I'm still going, and that's like, to me, like you said, that is successful. Like,
absolutely. Who's in your top 5?
Oh,
yeah.
Top 5, like
Canadian or everybody else?
Just
Canadian. You said
no. Let's not do Canadian. Just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah.
All time or right now?
All time.
Oh,
which is including right now?
Nas, J. Cole, Kendrick, not in order. Lil Wayne.
Oh, wow.
Black Thought.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, okay.
Wow. Nas, J. Cole, Kendrick, Lil Wayne, and Black Thought.
And I mean, Jay, like, I hate top 5s. I mean, Jay-Z.
Yeah. Those are like the usual
like
suspects.
Solid top 5.
Yeah.
I could put Jay-Z in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay is one of my favorites, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with those.
How about Canadian?
This guy said we're not doing Canadian. This is where beef starts.
We're trying to get our views up.
Starts.
The one in the middle is yours.
The one in the middle.
Controversy sells, man.
This is where beef starts.
Woo. No pressure, man.
Oh man, this is terrible.
Damn. I wonder if it's the lights making them sweat on my question.
Questions for sure. You know what? I'll go with this. I'll go with Messiah Prophet.
Okay.
Hungry. It's my boy. I'm gonna do what I'm shutting out my people, but I believe in this.
Your boys are looking at you like, yo, you better get this right.
But these guys are OGs. These guys are OGs. I've been making music with these guys for decades too, or for a decade and plus. Drake, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Is that four? Is that four?
People, no, that's 3. People criticize.
They're just haters.
His writing or whatever.
They're
it's like,
haters.
man,
They're haters.
this guy's writing hit. What are you talking about? Drake is crazy. If you think Drake's not
Drake
a good rapper,
I saw a post the other day. We'll talk about that later. But go ahead.
I hate this, man. This is a terrible podcast.
We got 2 more spots.
This is a terrible podcast. Damn.
So we got Messiah. Is it
Messiah?
Yeah.
Messiah, Hungry, Drake. I mean, is this controversial to say? But like, I love Tory Lanez. I love it. He's crazy.
Okay.
He's crazy.
He is amazing.
He's crazy.
Amazing talent.
And Belly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to get hated regardless.
Yeah, that was pretty controversial. Okay, so let's end the show. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for having me, man. Please don't stream my music.
Yo, I want to go back to Vancouver a little bit.
Okay.
We'll get back to your music in a bit. But No, and which is like people want to hear about, because like I haven't been there yet.
No?
No, but I want to go.
Yeah, do it. Holler at me when you come.
I will.
Pause.
What's like what is the staple food out there? I'm a big foodie. People already know that.
Yeah, I think it's obvious.
Like what like if you're in Van City, like what we grabbing? What we grabbing?
Salmon?
No, come on now.
It's obvious?
No, he said he's a big foodie. I'm saying it's obvious.
Shit, man. You guys are funny.
It's a trade-off. He's 192.
Maybe I do need to smoke. Like, that's a crazy question. What is the food in Vancouver? Man, there's so much different.
Poutine.
Sushi.
Yeah?
100%. It's
Yeah,
sushi.
yeah. That's where you're going out, like on
No,
Wednesday
sushi.
night, Friday night?
It's. I think it's
When you're
sushi.
Yeah?
I like sushi. I'm not crazy about sushi. I'd eat, but Vancouver's definitely is where you go for sushi. Sushi is the food. For sure.
yeah.
There's some amazing.
Vancouver is the sushi capital of Canada?
I think.
Really?
So.
Well,
Almost guaranteed.
It makes sense. The West Coast.
Because they're by the water.
by the water and West Coast.
Also, the California roll invented in Vancouver.
Really?
Yeah, and the guy that
we're gonna have to
invented
Google
it,
that.
the guy that invented it is still working and will make you sushi right in front of you, like crazy. I don't know what the restaurant's called.
Oh, shit.
But yeah. My homie was at his restaurant one time, and he was shit talking the California roll to the inventor of it, and he's like, I don't remember. No, I can't tell the story because I don't quite remember. But then the chef was like, I'm the inventor of the California roll, and then put it in front of, like, I don't know. I don't remember the story exactly, but yeah.
done right, it could taste good.
No, sushi's fire.
I love
Vancouver
sushi.
sushi for sure, 100%. That's the food out there.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's many different foods. Like, I know you got the Caribbean vibes out here, but there's the Asian, Japanese, Korean. Yeah, those are the vibes out there for sure.
Do you have a favorite dish? Like what do you like to eat? What does junk like to eat? Especially when you're on the road. Actually, yeah. What do you eat on the road? Is it just like
Bananas and peanut butter.
really?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's on my rider.
because honestly, I look at your
Bananas and
pictures.
peanut butter.
Yeah.
You look like you're fairly healthy. Like you look like you're a pretty disciplined guy. You don't like look. You
I mean, I
haven't
was
drank
eating-
in 2 years.
No.
You don't smoke.
But I was eating pizza off my belly last night in the hotel watching movies.
That's the life right there, man. What pizza was it? Don't say pizza.
No, it was it was brick oven pizza. Well, I have respect. I have standards.
Pizza has the best garlic dipping sauce.
They do actually, low key.
See, to me, if you have to put pizza in any dip,
It's not good
it's not
pizza.
good pizza. Brick
Oh,
oven.
well, he's Italian. Oh, yeah. So where'd you go?
Pizza's my favorite. I'm Italian.
So where'd you go for the brick oven?
No, we went to this place called End Zone in Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
And they had a brick oven, and they brought us a pizza. It was a cheeseburger pizza, but it was nice. Thin crust, brick oven, not too bad. I'll give it a quick 6.5 out of 10. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So, but it was late night, and I was super famished. So that 0.5 is an extra respect
True.
notch just in like
But what makes a great pizza though?
brick oven,
Brick oven.
sauce, simplicity.
Yep.
The pizzas out here, I see some pizzas and there's bell peppers and this and that. All like, Italian food is good because you let the natural, really delicious ingredients just do their work. Flour, tomato sauce, mozzarella, bufalina cheese or whatever with a little bit of basil. That's it. 3-4 things together. That's all you need. Even the pastas in Italy. Out here, I see the pasta. They got fennel and cumin and cucumber and mushrooms. It's like a billion flavors. No. Give me 3 things and that's it. Just make them good. Make them.
Do me a favor. Look into your camera and tell people that pineapple does belong on pizza. Just go right ahead.
You know what? This is going to be controversial too. I might lose some Italian
Just let
fans
them
here.
know. Just let them
I
know.
don't hate.
Yo.
I don't hate pineapple on pizza. I don't.
No,
But it's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. So coming from an Italian, I might lose a couple fans.
It's Canadian, by the way.
Is it a
was
Canadian
invented-
thing?
it was invent-
So
yeah,
why
it
is
was
it called
invented.
Hawaiian?
Why is a California roll called California roll? And
Like people just don't love Canada. They're like, we got to name it American thing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Just to make it more popular.
So you heard it from Junk. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
It does from time to
That's
time.
not what I said. That's not what I said.
No, I was following.
But it's okay. I'll eat it. That's not what I said.
I was following you on IG the other day, and or last night, or I think 2 nights ago. One of
Ooh,
the
you
two.
got the rants.
Yes, I got the rants.
Kevin Durant over here.
So you were earlier you said you handle all your biz,
I do.
and there was a show. I think it was Bradford that fucked up.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell me what happened.
Well,
How did you guys lose communication in terms of like what's going on? Like they didn't have anybody to take the coat check there or
check
tickets?
this.
Wild shit going on.
So I'm not gonna I'm not petty. I'll explain it because these things happen. But I'm not gonna drop names. But Brantford, I had 3 shows booked for Guelph, Brantford, and Hamilton by these 2 individuals. They had a fall 3-4 months ago. We booked these shows. So I said, hey, they offered me a flat rate for these shows. I said, sure, no problem. We made the posters. Everything's good. Communication was great. I show up to the venue in Guelph. I'm there for sound check, and I don't see a poster of mine anywhere. So, okay. This is not already a bad sign if you don't see of your own poster at the venue or on the marquee or anything, right? So, okay. Owner rolls up, says, what's up? I said, well, I'm playing here tonight. He's like, I didn't know you were playing here tonight. So then I'm like, okay, red flag territory are going off. 3 weeks ago, these 2 gentlemen that had a falling out, their company basically dissolved. Their little booking crew that they had, let's call them, and they let this other gentleman take over. And we're still going to do the shows. We're at a falling out, but everything's going to go smoothly. Yada yada yada. This gentleman here is going to take care of it. Okay, so that gentleman shows up, and then I find out at soundcheck there's no posters at the venue. The venue didn't even know I was playing. The tickets for the opening acts weren't printed, so they couldn't even sell any hard copies. There's no promo done online. Very minimal, right? So all these things are like, that's irritating. So I played for an empty room in Guelph. The staff there are great, absolutely. You know what I mean? The people of Guelph are great. It was just a mismanaged situation. And the thing is, then it looks bad on me because, Junk can't bring people through the door. It's like, if Drake were to roll into Guelph and no one knew that he was there, where he was playing, or anybody had any knowledge of any posters or anything, he wouldn't bring any people in. You know, maybe it's very difficult. You need promotion in any field,
well,
not
actually,
just sporting events. How are you going to go watch how are you going to go watch the Maple Leafs if you don't know if they're playing? If you don't see their schedule anywhere, you're not going to bring people through the door. So if you can't do promoters need to promote. That's all I'm saying. Promoters, do your job. Because I flew across the country.
Makes sense, yeah.
Janky promoters, fuck them. You know what I mean? I flew across the country to do a show. That I bought my own flights to come and do these shows, which was cool. It was kind of part of the deal just to smooth things over. I'm an independent artist, man. Like I'm a very, very chill dude. I don't ask for booze on my rider. I don't ask for any weird, a couple bananas, a pack of water, and some towels is all I ask for. And a hotel room. It's easy. You know what I mean? To get me, and my fee is my fee. And then none of that was met. You can't poster the venue. You can't notify the people that I'm playing. You can't give tickets a month out to it. Like that's $20 for some posters.
That's crazy.
Go blast the university campus during homecoming week. You know, to have all the university students come down. Just promoters need to promote. They can't just bank off the name of an artist. And I know where I stand. Like there's the Drakes and whatnot. They're up here. I'm here. You know what I mean? Which is I'm okay with that. I'm very self-aware. I'm not the biggest, but with my name that I have in the underground scene and a little bit of effort done by the promotional teams, we can do okay. And last night was a great result of that because last night was supposed to be these guys' show again. But I'm going to say it. My homie Stone Giant, the team out of Hamilton, came through, took over the show, paid me. When these guys didn't pay me, they basically dropped the ball. This guy came in with 20 hours out, paid me up front, paid for my hotels, and we still had like 80 people in the venue when no one even knew I was supposed to be in Hamilton last night. There was no posters, nothing. This guy turned it around, so shout out to Stone Giant. But in 20 hours of doing the bare minimum and postering and hitting up people, we still made it acceptable last night. So yeah, my rants were about just promoters need to do their job. We're in an era where it's like, we booked an artist and made a Facebook post. That's not promotion.
No,
absolutely not.
And the last thing I'll say is it's a quote from Jimmy Iovine. It's a societal issue, but fame has replaced greatness. It's people just want to take an IG pic with you have to work. It's a business. You need to work. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I could go on for like 20 hours about this. But it's just the truth.
So when it comes to shady promoters, is there any recourse in terms of like compensation or anything that you can do? I mean, just in general, not in this specific situation, but just in general.
Well,
I'm sure this is like a
I
common
think the
thing.
recourse is me talking about it because no one is vocal. No one is vocal. A lot of my homies too. They sit quiet and whatnot. And I don't care. You can make me the poster boy of this now. I'm going to be vocal about it because it's not just for me. It's for a bunch of other my homies. I always hear, oh man, this guy didn't pay me for these shows. This, that. I'm missing money here. It's like, let's just be vocal and push these people out because they're making the scene crappier. You know what I mean? And I've seen some things like hip hop sales are down 40%. Yeah, because everyone's just wanting money. They don't want to work, but they want all the money. So it's just. It's pretending, a bunch of pretending going on, and I'm just not with that. And also, there's this whole thing, pay to play situation in Canada, and maybe in the States too. But promoters are getting 5-6 people on the bill that literally started rapping yesterday. Their talent is terrible, and they have to sell tickets to be on these bills. Now, I'm not even hating on those guys because, of course, if someone says sell 20 tickets and you're on this nice big show, that's great for them stepping up. Like, I'm not even mad at the openers, but some of these openers really, like, they need to work on building their brand and their craft before they get a shot at playing in a room of 400
Yeah, those days are dead.
No. That shit happens all the time in Toronto, but I'm not going to drop any names.
So
I want some names dropped, god damn it.
But what I'm saying is promoters charging opening acts. You got to sell these 20 tickets, and if you only sell 16, you owe me for the other 4, like to make up the difference to be on the bill. They're basically pimping them out. And these guys, this is their easiest way to be on a public space where they can be seen, so they'll do it. So they believe that is a good way. But what happens then is great artists or rappers, let's keep it to rap. They're like great rappers that have integrity and know they're dope. They don't do that. They don't want to do that. So guess what? Guess what you get at the shows? You get mediocrity because you're engaging with people that will literally be pimped out for you. Right? And it's a crazy, and I get it from the promoter standpoint. It brings people in because you're guaranteed to get those 5 owners to bring 15 people. But at the same time, it just devalues everything
coming
that we're
at a
doing.
cost.
We're devaluing everything. It's celebrating mediocrity is what we're doing.
On that note, outside of Toronto and Vancouver, which cities are the most professional in terms of the business?
Outside of
Toronto and Vancouver,
it's not really professional to me. I just it's in the individual. Every city has individuals that I like. You know, I couldn't pinpoint like I have beautiful human beings that I've met in every city, and I've met people that don't know what they're doing. The thing is, it's water under the bridge. I'll move like, oh, these guys work like this. Clearly, I don't want to work with them. Off to the next. Like last night, I discovered these other guys, Stone Giant, the whole crew. Wow. Okay, now I'll work with these guys. Amazing, they came through. So, these guys better pay me. I shouted you out like 3 times.
What was it like working with Kasky?
Man, that was one of the most surreal experiences because no cap. Kasky he's one of my favorite artists. Just as an artist, not even rap. Like he paints. He does crazy art. He does so many interesting things, poetry. But he's just been one of my favorite artists for a decade. I've been messing with him for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I was getting my sleeve done by my guy News, Tattoos by News. Look him up, amazing tattoo artist. And he was doing a segment. He was doing a little web series called News with Tattoos or Tattoos by News. And he does my sleeve, and then at the end of it, he asked me, what artist would you want to work with if you could pick any artist? And I thought to myself, and I said, Kasky. Okay, cool. Didn't think anything of it. We did a little interview, whatever. Next, he calls me 1 week later, says, yo, because my boy lives in Florida. And he says, yo, yada, yada, yada. I got you a studio session with Kasky in his home state here in Florida. Come down and make music with him.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah. I showed him your music, blah, blah, blah. He loved it. Everything's good. Come down and cook. So we booked a flight, went down there, met Kasky for the first time. I was in the studio, Jacksonville, Florida, at Oxford Studios. He came in there. I already knew I had a beat ready. I played the beat. He's like, this is a banger. And we just wrote it right there on the spot, recorded it right there, and it just became what it is.
I like that clip of him where he's like, yeah, you try to kill him on his own shit.
I did, though. I tried. He's like, how many bars
I mean, it's hip-hop. It's rap.
Yeah.
It's rap.
I want to win.
Are you first or last on the track?
No, I'm first. I'm first. But he he was about to do a 16, and then he's like, I can't do a 16. I got to extend it. Your verse is, you got 24 bars of fire, so I think he went with 24 bars. You might even have 26 on that one. I'm not sure. But it was cool because we did the song, and everything was great. And then he's like, we got to do a video. So I flew back this last January, and we shot the video in Palm Coast, Florida.
Palm Coast,
yeah.
okay.
So we shot the video in Florida, and I shot some of it in BC too. Obviously the snow is not in Florida, but
I'm afraid of Florida. I feel like
love it.
the crazy shit
No, it's not like
that happens in the world happens in Florida.
I've been to Jacksonville. I saw the 85 South show in Jacksonville.
I feel like Florida is like the
crazy.
Arkham asylum of the world.
No,
it's like,
that's New York.
No, it's not New York. It's
New York
Florida.
New York is pretty fucked up.
You look at any crazy headline, chances are it happened in Florida.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Alligator smokes meth and
Yeah.
rescues baby.
There you go.
That's Florida.
Yeah.
But
It was an albino alligator, too.
but I hear fucked up stories like that in Seattle. Seattle's a fucked up place.
Yeah, how often does that happen? I'm telling you,
It happens
Florida.
all the time. Seattle's like the most fucked up city
Bro,
in fucking North America.
you are
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know about Seattle, but Florida.
guy,
Don't get me wrong. Like, I would love to visit Florida, but I'm scared.
No,
I'd
Florida's
probably
dope.
go to Florida with a helmet and armor.
Yo, Kasky said people in Florida they're super polite. And Cass, this is Kasky. He's like, I love, because he was living in LA for a few years, moved back to Florida. He says, I just love Florida. People are so polite here because everyone has a gun. And so you have to be polite because someone can just pull it out and just blow your head off at any given moment. So people are mad polite. Like they always say Canadians are so nice. I think Canadians aren't that nice.
I don't think so
I find
either.
Americans to be way more polite and nice than Canadians. But Florida was,
Yeah.
wow, like super
And that
nice.
makes sense, right? Because like everyone's got a gun. Like, could you imagine how nice they are in Texas?
Oh yeah,
Like, you have to be under manners.
and you can't honk at anybody in Texas.
Oh no! You don't want to get into no road rage, shit.
Is there a strategy behind you going first on versus?
No strategy at all. Just
Don't you want to murk the like? It's a competition, right? At the end of the day,
yeah. I mean, I had the hook. I wrote the hook, and then I was writing the verse. I was first to finish.
Are you competitive when it comes to like featuring other
Definitely,
artists?
but like I want someone to try to body me because it just makes better music. At the end of the day, it's subjective. Their fan base is gonna like theirs, mine's gonna like mine. But at the end of the day, if we both try to just kill each other, it just makes a better song. So
Isn't it like a fine balance between like, okay, you want to be good, you want to be dope, but at the same time, you want to make a dope song?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like it kind of?
it depends. It
gets
depends what kind of song.
people
it is.
rewriting the verses because you had a better verse, and does it?
Yeah, I hate that. I'll never rewrite a verse.
Really?
I won't rewrite a verse. I'll go in. I'm very confident in my ability, so I've done it. I have rewritten verses, but not for a while. I'm just, whatever I write, I will write. Or if we're working on a song together and I write it and I'll go to record it, and then if it doesn't hit, I will be honest, be like, man, my stuff just isn't hitting. It's not coming out right. And then I'm not going to put it out just for the sake of putting it out. It needs to hit too. So I'll create no problem anytime. But if it's not, if I don't like it enough, if I don't love it, I'm not going to put
Makes
it out.
sense.
Because again, the song is eternal and it'll be out there forever. So I need to love the song. You know what I mean? So, but if it's on some rap shit, yeah, of course I'm trying to murder you. But there's also songs that have nothing to do with rap. They're profound songs on social commentary or whatnot. So it's more like, what are you saying that I can add to it, or I don't want to repeat what you're saying. So I want to just think about it for a minute and add other, perspectives on the song. So
the patient gown, and
Yeah.
how'd you come up with that?
I don't even know, man.
Like, that shit is dope. Like, you're in the pool with a freaking, like, I don't know, what do you call it? I guess it's called the patient's gown?
It's a scrub.
A scrub. There you go. Scrub and IV pole and...
How did I come up with that? I think I just wanted to, Wake Me Up When It's Over was a concept album, which I go into a self-induced coma, because everyone, obviously, during COVID was going through some crazy times with isolation and not being able to travel, this, that, get the vax or not, whatever. It was, and the statistics of divorces and breakups were through the roof and all that. So, food shortages in certain occasions and whatnot.
Food shortages where?
Yeah, well, I mean, man, even I couldn't get any rice for like a month, and
No way.
potatoes were gone and whatnot. So I was like, and we're living in Canada. I was like, what? But
I didn't face that.
yeah, I mean, but so anyways, Wake Me Up When It's Over was really that Just I try to put that into a record, into an album. And then I was thinking also in terms of how can I represent this in a creative way, but also have it appeal to everyone. And I think is visually, aesthetically, I always think of albums in colors or tones. And this one was just green, yellowy, sick feeling from the vibes that were going on. And I somehow just came to me to just rock this.
I love it.
I wanted to just I wanted to be really creative. Shout out to my friend Shot by Devin. He came up. We created that concept together. Devin, yeah. He filmed all those videos. He's an amazing videographer, photographer out of Vancouver. One of my best friends too. Household. We came up with the concept together and did a full photo shoot like that, and did all the videos just run and gun style. But it was creative. Like we shot those for nothing. You know, we shot them for nothing. So
I love that.
And I think it just it brought the people in more. It's interesting, and especially. You can look like that and then just rap some really stupid shit and be corny or whatever. But what I'm saying is it wasn't corny or stupid. It was actually very profound in my opinion, you know, or hard hitting. And then when you look like that, because we're in an age where image over, you know, what your content is, or audio content is first. So that's why everyone looks crazy. All the rappers, because it's all about how you look now.
Yeah, I'm not going to front. 6ix9ine was like pure example of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The example. So,
absolutely, yeah.
But so I wanted to do something where it's like, okay, it's more theater. It was theatricals. I'm going to dress like I was in a coma. And then when people are like, why the fuck is this guy dressed like this? If they listen to the music, it's explained and I can explain it to you. And I also rock that gown across Canada for my Wake Me Up When It's Over tour every night.
Look at you being creative. God damn it.
You know,
there's still some of us out there, creatives.
Shots fired.
Speaking of which, I'm on the outside looking in. West Coast rappers, West Coast Canadian rappers, I find are typically more successful than the East Coast rappers. And when I say successful, they go on tours. They're still alive.
They're living off of rap.
They're living off of rap.
I have a theory.
So what is the theory, and what separates you guys from the East Coast guys?
My theory is this: the East Coast here, you guys have the infrastructure. You have the corporate infrastructure. Sure. So people are imitating or trying to appeal to that because they have it here. They got the Universal and Spotify headquarters and all. We don't have any of that. So their approach is different here. They try to, and not everyone, obviously, I'm generalizing, but I think the mentality is more, I mean, you see with the success of Drake, Tory, Belly, all these guys, they're out here. So they're catering to that. They're trying to come up and get put on or signed or, press this, that, which is great. Get yours. On the West Coast, we have no infrastructure. So I think subconsciously, West Coast rappers have developed this do-it-yourself. It's not that they developed it out of necessity. They figured out how to do everything yourself. Be your agent. Be your own promoter. Book this, book that. Do everything yourself because we have no one to help us. So we're forced to do it. So many do it, but they fail. But when you see rappers that are, you have the Snack, the Rippers, the Mercules, the Sunreals. I mean,
who look relatively successful.
Yeah. I mean, they're all killing it. Absolutely. Hats off to all those guys. Snotty Nose Rez Kids coming out of Vancouver, just absolutely bodying it. And the reason is because you have to do everything yourself out there. So you're forced to figure it out. And I think when you do everything yourself, you're more inclined to put all the effort in.
So on the East Coast, they're not.
I'm not saying that people aren't they're doing it, but it's just a different way of coming up. Here they have the infrastructure, so they're trying to rap and be seen and
by somebody.
Maybe, that's my theory. In the West Coast, it's really people are forced to do everything by themselves or they will get no opportunities. So and the theory it makes sense to me because that's how I came up. There's no one.
It may make sense.
There's no Spotify. There's no rooms to even go do pitches in.
Yeah.
So you just do it yourself,
So you registered all your tracks. All your tracks are registered.
Oh, I do. Yeah, we do. Shout out to FAM, Flight Academy Music. They've been helping me with back catalog and publishing and getting all my royalties that I've been missing, whatnot. Because my catalog was like 300 plus, and I'm just like, man, I don't want to do any of this paperwork. So they've been helping me hella. But yeah, I have everything is in check. Everything's good.
Don't you get exhausted?
I do, yeah.
Like doing everything yourself? Don't you?
I got a team that helps me with quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm at the point where I needed some help. So yeah. But it gets exhausting. But at the end of the day, then you step on that, or you hit a studio and you create with others, make the music and get messages of how much people love it, or Sometimes I'm, like helping them off the ledge, like literally many, many, many messages. That makes it all worth it to me. I get to pay my bills. I get to live my life. I love performing. I love creating in the studio. That is like, that's everything to me. So it gets tiresome, but I was tired when I was pouring concrete 12 hours a day too. So I'd rather be tired doing what I love,
Yeah,
Facts.
big.
Do you have any thoughts on the Canadian rap scene? Are you tapped in? Do you pay attention to what's going on? Like outside of like the artists that you appreciate?
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm super tapped in.
Yeah.
I pay attention to everything all the time. The Canadian rap is amazing. I find Canadian rap and Canadian comedies are kind of similar because we're not Americans, right? We're not Americans, but we've been influenced by American culture so much. But we're outsiders, so we have a different. We're involved. We're North American. But we're not fully. We're not American, so we're outsiders. But we're still fully submersed in the culture. So our perspective is almost more. I don't know. It's a slightly different perspective, but I think that's why we excel at it. Like Canadian rap is great. There's so many amazing Canadian rappers and extremely talented. Like I list my top 5 there, but like. I could go on for days.
Mercules, we want you on the podcast.
Mercules, Snack, Young Stitch and Quake and all the battle rappers that we have here is insane. These people are crazy.
Yeah. It's a lot of talent.
It is definitely a lot of talent. But
are there any female rappers in Van City? Like any top of tops, or is it? I mean, I haven't heard of any. Just to be fair,
are you trying to cancel me even more?
No, I'm not. No.
There definitely is.
Because I'm actually trying to look to that side of things because I got to critique that. Like we have too many male rappers on our show.
Right.
So I've been making more.
There's not
of
many.
A concern.
There's really not many. It's a tough space because obviously it's very male dominated. But I feel like in the commercial world, females are crushing it right now.
Absolutely,
there's so many female rappers.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's the moment right now for female rappers.
It's crazy because there was a time where you could have 2 female.
Foxy, Kim.
Yeah, that was it. Like now you have all these female rappers. I mean, seemingly looking like they coexist. You have your Sexy Reds and your Cardis and Nicki. She can't coexist with anyone. Megan. Yeah, there's a ton out there. So I love seeing that.
Yeah.
But for the Canadian side, I was just like, I mean, as a platform, we should definitely try to do more and reach out and kind of, provide a platform for them to come and showcase their thoughts and their talent and stuff like that. So that was one critique. And I told that person that wasn't by choice. It's like, some of these girls we have reached out to, we haven't gotten a response by a couple of them, but,
You'll make it happen.
You'll
make it happen.
Yeah.
What's next for you, though? What's next for you? Like, I see you tapping into the U.S. market.
That is my number one thing that I want to do is that's why I went down there and started. I did a song with Millie's on this last record, No Water in Hell too. So I mean I've been trying for years to get down. I've done a couple shows here and there. I've toured with Abstract Rude. That's Project Blowed. That's like OG Vet. He took me under his wing a few years ago. We went and did a couple shows. But yeah, it's very tough for me. I don't have the demographic. I don't think I can pull people in the States just on myself. So,
what the hell was that?
I don't know, man.
Somebody's phone went off.
Yeah.
It's mine. Thermostats it's talking about. I don't know. But the state, I've been trying to go to Florida, work with Kasky, do a video, work with Millie's. I connected with a couple other rappers and just people down there, some people in Vegas that want to throw show. I'm just trying to build from the inside out right now in the States. I feel like that's the only way I can actually go and get some shows done and whatnot. So,
I think you should move out there. I mean, you're already winning, but I want to see you win. And I feel like, you should move out to LA, invite us over, and we could have some pool parties and stuff like that, and just live the life, and just kind of flex on the gram, look
do
at
some
us.
shrooms and shit.
We got Junk's
California
house.
sober.
Yeah.
They call it California sober.
I know.
No, I definitely. I'm looking at progress and just take myself from here to the next level. The States is obviously in my peripheral. I want to tour Europe. I'm looking to tour Europe as a solo act in 2024 for the first time. I've been there a bunch, but I was always, under the wing of Snack or Merc or Onyx. And, I want to do my first European solo tour 2024. And
how many cities?
In Europe?
Yeah, when you
man, I've done.
No, I mean, like on this tour in 2024, like how many cities would you do?
Oh, I think it's well. Right now, there's discussions. Again, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but we're talking probably like 20 shows, like from May 1st to June 1st kind of thing.
That's money right there for you. That's money.
And what's your connection to Onyx?
Oh, that's all through Snack. Snack Up.
Snack is the plug, eh?
Well, Snack is an OG. Bro.
Yeah.
Snack is an OG, amazing artist, and
I love his music. He's crazy, but I love his
very
shit.
creative human. He's I mean, he got 100 Mad is Onyx's thing, and I think Fredro heard Snack's song somewhere while they were on tour in Canada with the tour manager, and that tour manager was also Snack's boy at the time. And who's this guy rapping? I want to do music with him. That's how it went. And then yada yada yada, they became homies, and he started touring with Onyx. They kind of did they did to him what he did to me, took me under his wing, and so I've been on tour. Like I've been to Jerusalem with Onyx and Snack the Ripper at the Wailing Wall.
What?
You know,
It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've had some cool experiences just because of Snack taking me under his wing. But yeah, the Onyx connection is through Snack, and that's how Merc came up. And
Hold on. I don't think he knows what the Wailing Wall is. What is it?
The what wall?
the Wailing Wall.
What is it?
The Wailing Wall.
Who doesn't know what this guy?
I don't know.
Who doesn't know what the Wailing Wall
Everyone look at
is?
this. That's
It's
It's a crying wall.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of is. People go there to pray. Yeah. It's a crazy, beautiful, high energy place. Jerusalem.
Knowledge.
knowledge.
There you go.
No, we love
How much
it.
time we got?
We got a couple minutes. We got like 8 minutes left.
Yeah? Okay. Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep.
Wu Tang, and I love Mobb Deep. Cancel. No, just play it.
No,
Biggie
that
Pac.
was-
Biggie Pac.
What is this? Drink champs?
Biggie or Pac.
But
Sober
in
champs.
what capacity?
In every capacity you can think of.
Music. Just keep it up music.
Yeah.
I'll go with Pac.
All right.
Little Kim or Nicki?
Kim.
Tom McDonald or Eminem?
Eminem.
Does this guy really say Tom McDonald? Tom McDonald, we want you on the podcast.
Yes, please. We just want to chat. That's all we want.
Eminem.
MJ or LeBron?
Come on now. Okay, let's keep it simple. Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
What'd you give him out?
Good. That's...
I think he has an answer.
I'll go with MJ too.
Of course.
And again, I think LeBron is top 3 greatest players of all time, but like there is no Bron without MJ. There's no Kobe without MJ. It's
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
horrible questions.
Yeah.
I hate you guys.
You're sitting on the fence pretty well. Who else do we got here?
I like this though.
Let's see here. Did you ask Eminem?
No, I was going to say pepperoni pizza or
There we go.
margarita pizza.
This guy's always thinking about food.
Margarita.
Is it margarita? Is it pronounced margarita?
Oh yeah, margarita, bro.
That's it. Okay. With a crusted undercarriage as well, like how David Portnoy does it.
Just on a plate out the brick.
No, I mean the undercarriage, like the bottom part of the pizza. You want it really crispy and well done.
No, I want it. I want that shit droopy and cheesy and oily, and I want to fold it. I want to take it. I want to cut a piece. I want to fold it. See, what I do is take a piece. I fold the front little triangle in on itself. So this is the piece. This piece gets folded in. This gets folded up, and then boom.
Oh,
3-4 bites.
I see.
Gone.
Yeah,
bro.
I see that. Okay.
It's like it turns into almost a burrito.
You guys got me craving pizza
Yo,
now.
try that. Yo, when you're out and about tonight after the show, go to King Slice Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Queen Street West.
Okay.
Check it out. It's really dope pizza.
All right.
It's good pizza out there.
All right.
Yeah.
King slice.
King Slice on Queen Street.
Is it like Neapolitan?
Yeah,
style?
yeah.
Big slices.
Mass, like
Yeah,
it's
like New York style.
Yeah,
that's dope.
But the only thing is it's like $6 a pizza slice, or like $8 a slice.
But they're big slices.
Massive
Yeah, that's
slices.
all right. Inflation is real out here.
You want to give any shout outs or
I'd love to give some shout outs. Shout out to my whole household crew. Hungry and Cole and IR Evan and Messiah and District and my boy Will Young here on tour with me and my boy Jess Ree and Imperative and Starcore and Mason Rex and Freelance Flint and the whole crew over at the back end recording in Vancouver. Loose Change. Flight Academy Music. I'm probably missing some people. Shout out to Snack for just being an OG and helping me through everything. Stealth Bomb Records, Young Sin. I mean, I could go for days. Neeks Up North, but that's it, man. Check all those people out if you haven't listened to their music. Amazing artists all over the map. And, just look out for the household name. We pushing it. And check out my latest album, No Water in Hell. That's it. There
we go.
Okay, and shout out to my boy Tion Gibbs, Grey House Podcast. I got my own podcast coming. It's called Grey House Podcast. Just plugging my podcast on your podcast is crazy. Grey Hearts Denim. My boy Cameron James. I got a big team, and I love all of them. Shot by Devin. That's what we do. And
we
my boy
appreciate
DDG
you,
too,
man.
and my boy DDG as well. Yeah.
We appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming through.
I appreciate you guys. You guys are my favorite podcast here. So, thank you, brother. I rap in Italian on this joint. I'm getting fat, Merc's getting skinny. What the fuck's going on? Some 2017 vibes, though. Older. Let's go. Straight killing everybody in the game, and the lame motherfucker wanna hate, but he can't, cause I came for the top of your murk at another fucking plane to get down. We gon' work till we get 100K at a night, and it ain't gonna stop. Spain in the project, game when I'm on 10 dates, and I'm gone. Jet plane in the mob, too. Italy, Roman, it's all cool. Picture me rolling like pot, Jew. Finning and Poland, and England, and Oakland, been killing opponents. I got juice, criminal poet that got loose. Every bar is very hard. MSD to SBR, F and extra large. The recipe to get me far. La mia vita è un microfono con le rime, vero junk, spacca tutto, non conoscono questo stile. Parto per il Canada, porto le mie valigie, sono sporco come un porco, non sono molto felice. Maybe this content makes you discontent. You will see me at the hip hop.
Hey, this is Black Mob. That's Shot Review, 192 years old. Drunk in the middle.
Age shaming. Imagine that.
This is Steady Mobbin.
Yo, this was great. Thank you, guys.
We want workers to come through, people who actually make things happen.
Facts. Let them know.
Don't ask us to be on our show if you're not having anything popping.
Woo!
Unfortunately, this is how it goes.
Yeah, put in that work, man.